I'm not the only one that is not happy with CNN. I want CNN to be better because we all know what Fox is on one side and what MSNBC is on the other side. And although I believe that the future of news is online, it would be nice if there was one channel we could trust. But have you heard of this Jon Stewart guy? He also not happy with CNN, and he told that to Fareed Zakaria.
I want to get one last admission from you.
Please.
When world historical things like the Green Movement are happening, the Arab Spring are happening.
Yes, yes.
Where
do I get my news? You want to know where I get my news?
CNN and watch these brave correspondents who are risking their lives.
I set a Google alert for Blitzer, and then I just wait.
Say honestly.
We have a CNN exclusive tonight. The Empire State Building is blue.
During the Green Revolution, you watched CNN and appreciated the brave reporting the reporters.
Let me tell you something. The reason why I make fun of certain aspects of CNN is to be inspired by the brave reporting, is to want more.
Good.
And
that's all.
So that's all it is.
You want more CNN.
I want more of good CNN. CNN is very similar to the doll Chucky. Sometimes it's good Chucky, but you really got to watch out for bad Chucky.
But we're all inspired by the good stuff.
No question.
Next on.
But we're all inspired by the good stuff. I love that. So yes, I think most of us agree with what Jon Stewart's doing, and that's why Jon Stewart is far more trusted than pretty much everyone on CNN. Are you guys with me on this? Like,
you missed the best part of the clip when when Fareed says next. He's like, thank you. We'll try to do more of the good CNN. By the way, the news story is that Putin's trying to put the moves on the First Lady of China. Like, that's literally what he does next. It's so amazing.
Oh,
it's exactly.
Chucky.
Yeah, we have to pick and choose how much of this stuff we can show. You know
for sure. But just to add, what happens next?
What happened
clip.
literally right after that clip? Yeah. But are you guys with me on this? That look, we're all in the online news world, so I believe that online news, that's where you can pretty much get a lot more truth because we're not corporate controlled, blah blah blah, and we're not this is done by clicks. You can choose what to watch and all that stuff. Wouldn't you want CNN to be better? Every time there's a breaking news and they screw up the thing, like the mosque thing that we just talked about, or the Boston bombing, and they speculate, we're not going to speculate, and then they speculate for an hour, I'm always like, I want it to be better. I want to trust the news.
Anymore, and I don't know if this is super jaded and lazy and a cop-out of me to say, but I don't even want CNN to be better. I just want them to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore about making any of these companies better. I don't care anymore about people saying, Fox, be better. Just be honest.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't believe you can be impartial unless everybody hates you. So be honest. You're not impartial. You believe what you believe, and that's great. And the people who also believe what you believe will love you.
Yeah.
So just own up to it. You know what I mean?
Honesty in media? Has Gina Grad gone
but
nuts?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, don't try to have your cake and eat it too. If you want to be an asshole, but admit that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
When you say that online news, you can have a lot more truth, you can have a lot more truth. You can also have a lot more just bullshit, nonsense, nothing. So I think what Stewart points out really well is that on CNN, with their resources, they can have a lot of really great investigative journalism. But they also can have like the ratings grab and not enjoy the luxury of, we shoot this show, we can edit it. If something bad happens in it, we could take it out.
Yeah.
They're live all the time. That's the other end of that sword. And unfortunately, it cuts really, really deep.
Yeah. Just for the record, I'm pretty sure in the year and a half we've been doing this show, I think we've edited for content maybe twice on something that I really factually screwed up.
All right, every once in a
but
while.
But maybe literally in a year and a half.
Hair that's supposed to go this way goes this way.
Yes.
Other than that, you pretty much live to tape.
Yeah, so you alluded to this in the earlier segment, but so does the 24-hour news cycle just make this impossible? Like, we want these guys to be better, but because they have to talk for 24 hours a day, they just simply, the chyrons get screwed up. They speculate when they say they're not going to speculate. That's the next thing that they do always. Mm-hmm. So is that part of it, that they just, because they feel like they have to just keep talking?
Well, yeah, and when you put it that way, I think it's mighty convenient of us, on the other hand, to sit here and pick them apart. When people do it, you want to sit there and put a pot of coffee on and read the comments on this episode or any episode, because we do the same thing. We're giving our opinions, we're reporting the news, we're doing all this stuff, and every once in a while we make a mistake or we say something and later it comes out that it was something else. So we're in the media too. We're not
Absolutely,
blameless.
and believe me, I'm not saying I'm above it, but I do think your point about what John's saying about the resources they had, if I had those kinds of resources, it wouldn't change my ability to be truthful and try to spread some.
I
some
agree
truth.
with you, and I do think there is like a fatigue that happens with the production of live news. And I was doing daily news and for a while, and shit, man, there's definitely that instinct that you have that I had to fight. I'm not going to put it on anyone else. That I had to fight of like, here's a story. Here's how people who watch my show would want me to handle it. And here's the fat joke I make about Chris Christie and all that stuff. And you really do have to push yourself. Now, the more I think that way, the more I say you can't keep making excuses that like, oh, I'm sorry, my job is hard. A lot of people have hard jobs. That doesn't mean they can just take a mental moment off.
Yeah, and by the way, they call themselves the most trusted name in news, so if that's what you're going to call yourself, how about show it, don't say it?
Well, that's a relative term because look at all the other names in news.